Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Imagine freaking out about something that's coming in 2028, 3 years away. We're going to do that. We're going to blow your mind coming up in sports after the Offspring. Just that year, 2028. You're going to put this in your phone. You're going to mark it, but we'll get there. In the meantime, we talked yesterday about today being July 1st, the Illinois gas tax increase happened, 2.7%, depending on where you get your gas. I went to Costco and filled up the rest of my tank yesterday in anticipation of this increase. It was $3.59 a gallon at the Costco in the city. So, Kenzie, I imagine out by you it was cheaper somewhere. I don't know.
Right. It is like, I always make sure I fill up, not the city, because it is cheaper out here. Not that it's super affordable out here, but it's cheaper.
Yeah, correct. I mean, if you go North Lake County, I know for sure. There's a Costco there that I think is the cheapest gas in the state. But today it went up 2.7%. If you have to fill it this morning, our apologies and we feel for you. We're with you on this one. Thoughts and prayers. But something else took effect today with all the laws on July 1st in Illinois. This one we talked about a little while ago to get you ready for it because, boy, this one certainly could throw a shock to your system. A law banning the little shampoo bottles in Illinois hotels went into effect today. Now, this is obviously an environmental concern. And most hotels, at least I've been to recently, just put the big jugs up on the wall of the body shampoo, of the body wash, and the conditioner. They don't do the little ones as much anymore. Because I tell you, I used to not only steal the ones in the hotel room, I'd call down and go, hey, there's no little bottles up here. I need these replaced. And then I'd take those, do that a few times on my stay. I'd leave with about 38 bottles of shampoo, and I'd be all set for a while. Oh, you never did that? Case, have you been to a hotel and stolen a bottle of shampoo?
Okay, I've been to a hotel. I know I like hotels. I'm actually a big hotel guy.
Sure.
You get under the covers, it's all nice.
Yeah.
Have I ever committed grand theft shampoo? No, I have not.
Well, it's not theft. They are complimentary bottles of shampoo.
Well, I think the one in your
They
room.
don't let you use 37 of them.
You're the reason this law was passed. They're burning through plastic because you can't control yourself.
Well, I still have a couple hundred of these at the house, so it worked out for me.
so
Sorry.
that'll show the Hilton family.
Yeah, they're going to go under. So the law, it's Senate Bill 2960, one of the new laws and tax changes going into effect today in Illinois. So what that means is you should not find these at hotels anymore. Now, there's a stipulation that hotels with less than 50 rooms must comply with the law starting January 1st. Over 50 rooms have to do it today, according to Illinois. But there's a funny loophole in this. And by the way, it's a $1,500 fine for the hotel if they have a little bottle of shampoo in a room still.
That seems fair. It's a lot of little plastic. We should be doing our part to not use the little plastic.
I'm all for the environment. However,
Not really, Brian.
but if they made all these little shampoo bottles and they're sitting around, what are they supposed to do? Throw those away or keep them in the hotel rooms until they run out? How did you time it right to today?
Because they told us this months ago. We talked about this months ago, so that way they could use them up.
Yeah, but they have a lot of little bottles, as proven, of me asking for more and taking them.
Do you think maybe those could go to a charity of choice?
I
No,
don't
they
think
should go
so.
to Brian instead.
Oh. Well, I mean, or just to people that are going
Who
to the
has
hotels.
hundreds?
I think they should still go to the people, just go until we run out.
But the idea is that they're going to stop manufacturing the little bottles. At some point, we will run out.
that is.
And I guarantee, if they hotels have to place orders for things, so they should have just once this rule got announced in general, they should have just never ordered more and started to roll into the bigger bottles.
That doesn't sound fun. 630 check. Then I take the little bottles all the time. Then I take them to a homeless shelter, Hest House in Aurora, says Kate. Well, that's very nice.
Is that what you did, Brian, with yours?
I mean, maybe I will now with a little bit of guilt feeling here.
Maybe.
One, Bugs Bunny, like 1 for you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for me. Something like that. I'll think about it. I'm hoarding them at this point. But there is a stipulation that goes against this environmentally nice idea. That the law also says that a hotel must provide personal care products in small single-use bottles if you ask. In other words, you go to the front desk, ask for a little bottle of shampoo, and they'll give you one.
Okay, well, that's not helpful.
So they still have to make some. They're going to sit back there. And if you go ask for one, they will give you one because they don't want to, discriminate anybody that still wants a small bottle. Even though they have the big ones in there, you can just squeeze out on your loofah
Well,
or
then
your
what
washcloth.
is the point?
I don't know. I thought this law sounded like a pretty good idea if you want to go the environmental angle, but they're still going to make them, the little bottles.
Okay.
So
That's kind of a bummer. I was actually like happy for the world
Yeah.
and the fish and the dolphins.
yeah, it's all those crabs that get stuck in those little bottles. It's terrible because they end up in the ocean.
But people are going to use less of them as a result. This is still a good thing.
No, I'm
Yeah,
going.
but now they still have to manufacture them and buy them.
But they're gonna make less of them.
But I'm going to ask at the front desk.
What's that conversation look like? I'm some nice Hilton Inn employee minding my own business, and you come down here stressed out on a family vacation. You're going to take out your anger on the rest of us. What does it look like when you ask for a single-use shampoo bottle?
Excuse me.
Ugh. What?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to bother you. But I forgot my shampoo in my bag, and I have a big meeting in the morning. I've never said that in my life.
Yeah.
It's people that say I have a big meeting is just weird.
I like that you just cosplayed as a businessman, as a grown-up.
And there's going to already be shampoo in your room.
I'm negotiating the merger between Olive Garden
Olive Garden what?
and Red Lobster. It's a big meeting, and my hair has to be on point. Would you happen to have a single small-use shampoo bottle so I could quaff my hair perfectly for this meeting and close the deal?
But, sir, you have a giant bottle of shampoo that we already left in your room.
I understand, but it's not my flavor. I definitely need the ones you have back there, the little ones, I see them. It's a different brand, and that's the ones I really
You
get.
should have said you used all the stuff upstairs already cleaning your hair.
No, Kenzie. It's a different flavor, not the one he prefers.
What kind of excuse could I have for using all the stuff in the big
Not
bottle?
that one. You just said flavor. I'm the one with the bad excuse.
Yeah. So could I just have some and get back to my room, sir?
Well, no, because I don't want you to negotiate the merger between Olive Garden and Red Lobster. That seems terrible for business.
It's going to provide a lot of jobs.
By merger, you know how mergers always create jobs.
We have a whole plan how we're going to reach out to the community with this merger and give money to open up schools and charities that are free. So, sir, if I don't have that shampoo,
We're gonna open up charities that are free.
they're gonna have endless shrimp. These charities. It's gonna be the best soup line ever.
Wow, you really don't know what actual adults do for a
anything
living.
works.
I could never fake it as a bussman.
I have a big meeting tomorrow.
Couldn't even get through it. Jeez. All right, it's Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101. You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Klash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin. Q101.
Here we go. Highly sought after Bristol Renaissance Fair 4-packs from our great friends and partners. We go there every year. July 19th, we'll be there, but you can go July 5th to September 1st. So it opens this weekend. It is phenomenal. It is, as Kenzie was saying, a true experience into another world. Furnished by our great friends, the Bristol Renaissance Fair. And we just got a text from 312. The cleavage at the Ren Fair is spectacular. Well, thanks for checking in on that, sir or ma'am. We also have
Charming insight.
well, just one more added feature that we may not have covered.
I guess.
Although Kenzie said she was going to dress like Zorro, Catherine Zeta-Jones. I'll be Zorro. She'll be Catherine Zeta-Jones in Zorro. That's a
I'm
possibility.
still trying to get the rest of my costume together.
Yeah.
I may take a huge pivot because I just had this mermaid idea. I don't know. Guys, I'm just so excited.
Wait, you're going to wear something where you can't walk around in because you have
No,
fins?
like a mermaid that's, found her way to land in Spo.
So I got to
Guys,
carry.
I just love cosplay. I'm so excited.
Do I have to carry you around in 90-degree weather?
In a seashell.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Brittany's checking in to compete against Kenzie for these tickets. And if Kenzie wins, we'll still give them out. So, Brittany, ahoy. Tell us something about yourself.
Hey guys, I called like 2 months ago, and I'm the person who's in school to be a mortician, and I'm just calling back because you guys wanted me to call you back and let you know when I touch my first corpse, and it just happened.
All
Oh my
right.
God, it just happened. Congratulations. So sorry for their loss.
Yes, thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
And
And excited for you.
he loved alternative rock. He was a big Q101 fan.
Oh,
Giving the
no.
eulogy out there. Listen, have you ever been to the Bristol Renaissance Fair?
I have not, and I've always wanted to go, and my 10-year-old is like so stoked. We were talking about it the other day, and I was like, I really want to go this year. We've been talking about it for years, so
Yes!
he really wants to go.
You have to.
All right,
It's so fun.
This is your shot. Don't screw up the free tickets here. All right, Brittany. First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails right now.
Heads.
That is heads. There you go.
Yay.
Question number 1 to Brittany. In 1908, what 3 letters became recognized as the universal distress signal?
SOS.
SOS is right. I don't know if anybody responds to SOS anymore. I don't know if it would even happen. If I'm out there on the beach, I'm drowning, and I go SOS, I don't know if anybody's going
The
to come.
problem is, if I heard someone say SOS, I'd start singing a Rihanna song. Like, someone, they'd be like, no, I'm actually need help.
All right, back to Kenzie. Question number 2. Mr. Bigglesworth was the pet cat of what comedic supervillain? Mr. Bigglesworth.
Cat. What?
Mr. Bigglesworth,
I'm trying to think.
supervillain.
Oh, is it? It's like the movie Austin Powers. What's the guy's name?
3.
Dr. Evil.
Okay, got it just in time for the
I
buzzer.
was going like traditional superhero and villain. So I'm like the Green Lantern. I'm like, I don't think he's a cat.
Batman also had a cat named Mr. Bigglesworth. That's
I was
right.
like, who is this? Okay.
Okay, 1-1 back to Brittany.
That's right.
What composer shares a name with a dog who was given his own film franchise?
Oh.
Think of a composer, think of a dog film franchise.
Forget
about the composer.
Beethoven.
Beethoven is correct.
I was going to say forget about the composer, just go with the dog film franchise.
Or
Bud.
just forget about the dog and go with the composer.
Yeah, I think the film franchise is probably bigger than Beethoven as a composer.
You think Beethoven the
No,
dog's bigger than
Ryan.
Beethoven the composer?
I'm going to die on that hill.
Good Lord.
Oh, you just die there then?
All right, 2-1.
Back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, a popular piercing destination. What is the name of the thin wall made up of bone and cartilage that divides the nasal cavities?
I bet the mortician's gonna know this. What is it? Oh, what is it? I know the piercing named after that. What are those piercings when you look like a bowl? Septum?
Septum is right. We are 2-2, and she would have probably known that. But this one stays with
I have one.
Oh, you
Oh.
definitely know it.
and this is also staying with body parts. Could help you out, Brittany. Which organ is responsible for pumping blood throughout the body?
The heart.
The heart is right, which happens to not be moving when you get to the bodies to get to you.
Oh, sad.
That's very sad.
3-2. Back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, what is the fastest sense? The fastest one.
What are you saying?
So the senses that we have.
Oh, sense.
Yeah.
Like senses.
Oh,
Okay.
like you thought like sense, like
I'm
pennies.
like, what are you talking about? I don't know, a quarter? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. So senses that we have as humans and animals.
Oh, probably like hearing sound.
Hearing
right?
is right. Hearing is right. So 3-3, you guys are ripping through these. So 3-3.
And back to Brittany.
Brittany, who was president in between the 2 George Bushes?
Oh. Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton's right. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, the Lewinsky woman.
Entertaining run right there, huh? 3 to 1. A lot of good impersonations.
A few knee slappers along the way. We had
Yeah.
fun. All right, 4-3, and it's back to Kenzie.
Kenzie,
Huh.
what breed of dog was used to popularize the phrase, Yo quiero Taco Bell?
Yo quiero Taco Bell?
Yo quiero.
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 That would be a Chihuahua.
That would be a Chihuahua. 4-4. Next one wins.
That's right.
Here we go. And it's back to Brittany.
It's back to Brittany.
Brittany, you can
Brittany.
win with this one. Here you go. What phrase is traditionally displayed by cows holding signs in Chick-fil-A advertisements? What's the phrase?
Oh gosh, I had a Chick-fil-A question last time.
There's a
Case,
li-
that's not a good look.
What are the odds?
Is it got chicken?
Oh, boy. It is not get chicken. Kenzie for the win.
It's eat more chicken.
It's eat more chicken. Oh, no. Oh, no. What'd you say, Brittany?
I've never had Chick-fil-A before.
And you just had it, huh?
Well, she had a
Get a
Chick-fil-A question.
question.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A question.
Yeah.
That's different than eating it, Brian.
I'm so sorry. Well, listen, Brittany, you can do this. Here's what you can do. You can hang up, We're going to come back after Fallout Boy, and we're going to hit God Bless the Baby. And then everybody, including you, have a chance at these tickets. 4 packs for the Bristol Renaissance Fair.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Less than 10 minutes away from a Sandler Scrambler. That would be Adam Sandler movies. We'll give you 3 clips from him, and you have to guess all of them in order as we go through it. And then you win tickets to Adam Sandler at the United Center. Huge show. So that's about 8-9 minutes away with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. First, in a way, we're pouring one out. And this is something that you love. That is going away. And you didn't ask for this. It's one of those things that why? You didn't ask for this change, but they're bringing it to you. And let me just play this to get you on the same page with us.
From the time the sun comes up to well after it sets, there's a generous portion of good country cooking and friendly smiles being served at Cracker Barrel.
If the world had a front porch like we did back then, we'd all get together and make time for friends.
You know it? You feeling it?
Whether you're on the road or coming from just down the
Hell
street,
yeah.
we're your home away from home. And when you walk up on our front porch, we're always glad to see you.
Treating your neighbor like he's your next of kin.
So anytime you'd like to browse in our country store, just relax and let someone else do the cooking. We've got 3 words for you. Coming right up. Cracker Barrel. It's not home, but it's close.
Now, before you have a panic...
Amen.
Okay, before you have a panic attack, Cracker Barrel's not going away.
Thank God.
Okay, well,
I would riot.
let's calm down. But what is happening is Cracker Barrel, the fans out there are just completely heartbroken at the chain will be scrapping its signature old-timey decor. That's in the press release, by the way. The old-timey decor is going away in
Well, that's
Cracker
just
Barrel.
country decor. What are they talking about?
That's old-timey. If you have that decor in your home, you're old-timey. You just didn't know it.
It's just country.
Well, it's going away, and a lot of the fans of the restaurant are heartbroken. Obviously, there's tons in our area. You could go to Hammond, Tinley Park, Romeoville, Naperville, Maryville, Gurnee, Joliet. So there's a lot of choices in every range that this show reaches. There's a Cracker Barrel near you. Now, the Tennessee-based company, known for its tchotchkes and its southern fixins like chicken fried steak and grits,
Hell yeah.
which I don't know. I don't think they have a problem as far as I know in their profit margin, but they're changing. And this is something that no one asked for. The Cracker Barrel Old Country Store are going to change it up to a more open floor plan. Don't like that.
Was it a tech company now?
Yeah. Are they all going to, work remote
I mean, I
soon?
feel like the floor is pretty open. It's a dining room.
Yeah. But
There's only 2 rooms. There's a dining room and a shopping area.
it kind of felt like you were in your grandma's dining room, though, a little bit, and the kitchen's in the other room. I know restaurants all have kitchens in the other room, but it had that kind
I
of
don't
feel.
want to be in the kitchen. Then it feels like my house. I don't want to cook.
Because
They're like, here's your apron.
Kenzie, you want to come help us out real quick?
Not really.
They're swapping out wooden rocking chairs. They're going to remodel the restaurants, according to CEO Julie Fels-Massino. I'm not judging her name, but it doesn't sound like someone that owns Cracker Barrel. I'm looking for Jed, Hickenbottom. Something like that would be the CEO of Cracker Barrel. That's why they seem like they're probably not.
I'm looking for like a Mary Lou. You know what I'm
Mary
saying?
Lou, yes. Yep. And she admitted the chain is, quote, just not as relevant as it used to be.
You know what? She can shut her whore mouth. I don't think she's the right person to represent this guy. If
Hold
I see
on.
a Cracker Barrel, I'm going. I don't know what she's talking about.
I wish you were in the shareholders meeting and stood up and said that when she said that. We're not just as relevant as we used to be. Shut your whore mouth.
Like, who do you think you're talking to? How dare you?
Well, 40 of the chain's roughly 660 locations have completed some kind of remodeling. So I don't know, and I certainly go, but I haven't been the one since May. And that's when they say 40. So I don't know if the Chicago area ones have been remodeled. If anybody's been to one or works at one and they want to tell us they have been, we'd like to know.
The one that I go to the most is the one in Wisconsin Dells, because when I drive home to see my family, we always stop and eat there. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Something tells me if it's Wisconsin Dells, that's the last one of the 660 they're going to update.
It's on the bottom of the list.
Yeah, there's like those Wisconsin people, they're not going to handle this well.
No, but
and then I go to the one near Six Flags, too, because we go there before Six Flags.
filling up on pancakes before Six Flags. Good
I'm
idea.
more of a country fried steak girl. I'm not gonna be honest.
Wouldn't want to be the family in front of you on the roller coaster when that drop hits.
Oh, good. Let me eat every side known to man and then hop on a roller coaster. Just something light like the entire Cracker Barrel menu.
What do you guys have weak stomachs? You can't eat food. You need, if anything, I feel more sick if I have an empty stomach and go on a roller coaster.
Yeah, but
it's the cement from the gravy that keeps everything down.
It's that bread with syrup on it that you swallowed
Yeah,
whole.
I like the country gravy. Nothing's gonna move in your body if you've had country gravy. It's like caulk.
Oh, God. They said they received some negative reactions to the updates in the diners, but they feel like they're right on this one, that they should be remodeling and updating it.
So a lot of those updates, just to be clear, one of the big, most obvious changes is coming to the interior walls. No longer they're going to be cluttered brown walls that represent an old farmhouse. Now they're going to be minimalistic, quasi-modern farmhouse walls that are white.
So they're going to paint them white and
Ray
black?
Dunn. No, they're going to hire Ray Dunn to put a word on everything. Oh, no.
It's going to look like the Magnolia collection at Target by the time they're done. It's going to be the Chip and Joanna influence all over again.
Oh.
Why would you get rid of the rocking chairs? That's the biggest
Yo,
draw.
what do you say? Rocking chairs are too old school?
You ever sat in a rocking chair? Uh-huh. It's glorious. It's like the best thing ever.
That's just like, that's more like timeless, not too old school. Here's the problem, is that they're going to take things that are timeless, like rocking chairs, replace them with modern things that actually look out of date in just a few years.
Yeah.
And then the whole restaurant's going to look really dumb as hell with it's going to look horrible.
They also responded by saying, with some of the negative comments, don't get old. It's too overblown. Calm down. It's not like Cracker Barrel's trying to roll in TVs. They're not becoming a sports bar, have mott sticks, and go
if
that
they take
route.
away my general store and burn it down, I'd be so mad. I love that store.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Where else can you get season 3 of Andy Griffith on DVD?
It doesn't have that. They have like exclusives. They have the old
They have
candy
exclusives.
store.
Wait, what do they have there that's exclusive?
They have ornaments I've never seen before, and I love it. And they always have, stop it! And they always have really cute decorations. When I was a little kid, I got my Halloween costume there. And they're the best Halloween costumes, actually. And I love their general store candy. They have really cute candy that you don't see anywhere else that I used to be able to get in like North Carolina and stuff. And it's fun to go.
Yeah, they're going to turn that into a fire pit because it's going to match more with the new modern look
No, it's
they're
going to
looking
be like
for.
an Instagram wall with an LED sign. I'm going to be so annoyed.
YOLO!
Now, we have a question coming out of the text line from a few different people, and I don't know the answer to this. Let me preface it with I don't know the answer to this. But Cracker Barrel is famous for pancakes, the general store, and also the peg game.
Yes.
Do you know what that is, Brian?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what the peg game is. It's on every table.
Fake Cracker Barrel fan over here.
Yeah, obviously you've never actually been to a Cracker Barrel.
Okay, hold on. Calm down. I'm going to defend myself. When I get to Cracker Barrel, all I'm thinking about is chicken fried steak. I don't notice a game on the table. And I know it's probably there. I just didn't notice it, but I just eat. That's all I think about there. So apologies. I haven't been there in a little bit. I prefaced by saying that. I haven't been there in a while, but I've been there in the last couple of years.
So hold on. Case is throwing up the Illuminati sign, so hold on.
I look like Jay-Z right now. So the peg game, they give you a wooden triangle with a bunch of holes in it and then a bunch of golf tees in those holes.
Yeah.
But there's one open hole. And then you're trying to jump the tees until there's one golf tee remaining.
Got it.
We're getting questions on the text line asking if the peg game is going to go away. My fear is that they're going to hand you an iPad at the table now and say, knock yourself out. The peg game has to stay.
Let me tell you something about the peg game. It's witchcraft. Because I run out. I'm like, I got 47 left. I don't understand. I have more than I
started with more.
It's full. It's full. I don't get it. I don't understand. I have tried every theory and concept. It's witches.
I think as an opener for Twisted Christmas this year, we're going to hand Kenzie the peg game on stage at
Oh
the
my
Aragon
God.
and just say, knock yourself out.
It's so embarrassing because my 11-year-old beats me every time. I flip it. I'm like, F off.
We will try our best to contact a representative from Cracker Barrel to talk about the peg game. And
They may not be willing to talk to us based on what I called her, so I don't know.
Well, no, that showed passion for what they have now and not changing to what they think they should be.
Don't you feel like they're going to shorten the name? They're going to be like, it's called The Barrel now. It's like, oh my God.
Well, it's certainly not going to be called the Cracker. That's going to be a little rough.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. NASCAR street race tickets coming up at the end of music and entertainment news. Let's start off with the Foo Fighters. Last we heard of the Foo Fighters was firing the drummer Josh Freese, and then moving forward in this kind of last 6 to 8 months, the scandal coming out, of course, him cheating and fathering a baby with someone else. That's kind of where we're at with the Foo Fighters right now, waiting
That's
for...
where we're at with the Foo Fighters.
That's where we're at with Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters right now. And yesterday, some music dropped of some music that was recorded probably 6 years ago at this point in 2019 on the new vocals of a cover. Now, Dave Grohl is originally from the Washington, D.C. area. Legendary, pinnacle hardcore band Minor Threat was an influence on him growing up. And they dropped a song, a cover of I Don't Want to Hear It of Minor Threat. Here's what it sounds like. There you go. The Foo Fighters covering Minor Threat, a band that, pretty much started the straight edge scene and influenced. They were only together for a couple of years and influenced the entire hardcore scene going back 40 years in different areas. I know, Case, you're probably big on the missing out on Minor Threat's era. If you could go back in time, I'm imagining you'd go back to 1980 to see Minor Threat.
They'd certainly be on the list of the bands I never got to see in real time. I'm straight edge, and it's because of Minor Threat. When I heard them when I was 14, it was sort of a world-opening experience. So that Foo Fighters song, it's a cover of Minor Threat, like you said. The instrumentation for that was recorded in 1995 as one of the original Foo Fighters demos.
Oh, in 1995?
1995, yes.
Oh, wow.
So the instrumentation has been sitting there recorded in Dave Grohl's garage for 30 years, and for whatever reason, he said, let's throw some vocals on this thing. So the vocals are brand new, recorded in 2025. That's Dave Grohl screaming in almost real time. But the instrumentation, as this band prepares you, it's crazy to think about this, but we're at the 30th anniversary of the Foo Fighters this year.
Insane.
It's bizarre to think about. So on the Foo Fighters social media, especially on their TikTok, they've been replaying old music videos and showing a lot of archive footage, and there seems to be some sort of 30th anniversary Foo Fighters celebration in the works. I know the three of us are all huge fans of that first record, and I would love for some of the early original Foo Fighters recordings to be unearthed that maybe we haven't heard during this time period. So that is what that is right there.
The first release of the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl just did everything. He basically played every instrument. He did it as a way to a cathartic release of what just happened in Kurt Cobain and Nirvana. Didn't know if anything was going to happen with it. Had a cassette tape on it, and then it turned into now this 30-year journey of the Foo Fighters, and it's phenomenal. I still like that first album of the Foo Fighters is so impactful and so great. I can't believe that was wild. I misunderstood that was recorded that long ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. He could have been Tom Petty's drummer in 1995. Tom Petty offered him a spot on the road and said, you're awesome. Do you want to come drum for me? And Dave took a chance on the Foo Fighters, and here we are 30 years later.
At that point, too, Tom Petty drummer might not have seemed like a bad idea.
Oh, it would have been an awesome idea. Big Tom Petty guy would have been great.
I'm like, cool. I can do. You don't know how it feels. Cool. Give me my check and I'll go home.
It would have been a money-making endeavor.
Yeah. The safe route, if you will.
Very
and not many
much
people
so.
got asked to do that job, by the way, and he did.
I have a Foo Fighters question. Is that okay? Can I ask this real quick?
The forum's open. That's what we're doing right now. It's a Foo Fighters open forum.
So, Josh Freese, who we all love and respect, phenomenal drummer.
Mm-hmm.
I found, now that we're a month removed from him saying that he had got fired from being the Foo Fighters drummer, I find his statement to be quite peculiar in that he was asking for a lot of public sympathy from a job that he was never promised a lifetime employment for. When he was announced as the new Foo Fighters drummer, it wasn't Josh Freese Foo Fighters drummer for life. It was Josh Freese is going to be the next Foo Fighters drummer. And I feel like he has done an amazing job of drumming up public support to make it seem like he's been wronged in some way. But all they did was move on. There's no crime in that.
Well, I think when you're asked to be the Foo Fighters
it's a crime
drummer,
to him.
Yeah, I mean, just.
And I took that personally.
It's like in The Office when they say it's not a hate crime. It's like, well, I hated it.
Well, I hated it. I mean, yeah. He's like, this sucks. Who's with me?
Just like Tom Petty asked Dave to be his drummer, Dave probably thought, if I take this, I'll be the drummer forever. Like John Stamos being the Beach Boys drummer forever. And I think when you join the Foo Fighters, they're like, I got it. And Josh Freese, by the way, if you're not aware of his track record, he has played on many, many multiple things you've heard and just don't know.
If there's a band you like, he's probably been the drummer for them.
Whenever a drummer is...
Do we know why they decided no more him?
No more him.
I would have to say the whole name again.
I just think it's funny if that's how they said it to him. Like, no more you.
No more him.
No more you.
Like, what happened there?
Specifically in Josh Freese's public statement, he said that there was no reason given, which maybe that's cold, but it's not immoral.
Listen,
Well, kind of is. I mean, like, if you got fired right now and nobody would tell you why, nobody would look at you, nobody would talk to you, now you're done, you'd be like, this is kind of messed up. Like, you could tell me why. You wouldn't walk around going, well, that's their right. They didn't tell me I could work here forever.
I guess.
That wouldn't be your outlook.
It's just weird to me the way that, and look, good for him, because now the world is on Josh Freese's side, and I love the guy. He's an amazing drummer. He killed it at Riot Fest 2 years ago. I just think it's so weird the way that we've gone about this, where now it's become like another Foo Fighters scandal. It's like, they're getting a new drummer. Relax.
Can I give you, like, my fan theory, though, that I've had?
This is going to be good. I'm going to sit back and just get my popcorn. Go ahead.
I completely think he either leaked baby mama information or has made jokes about the new baby or comments. And that's why I got like, the fact that there's no reasoning and he just doesn't want him around. I think that he either has slipped some info or like maybe even behind Dave Grohl's back. Cause like it was like Dave Grohl was like all of a sudden not doing Foo Fighters stuff. He may have made comments like, oh, you're not going to be loyal to me or your wife. Like, I feel like comments like that came out of his mouth. And then all of a sudden he doesn't have a job. And he was like, because he's like, I don't know why. I totally think that he's getting like backlash from that stuff. That's what I think.
Interesting theory. Perhaps saying, I guess we got to go on tour again because more daycare bills are coming up.
Yeah, like little comment.
This is all alleged.
Well,
No, I said it's my fan theory.
I just want to circle back to the alleged part of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's my fan theory.
And
I'm allowed to have one.
I'll go further with the alleged part because I've met Josh Freese. He is the super nice guy, and he probably didn't deserve what happened to him, unless the alleged fan theory is true, by the way, by Kenzie there. But
well, it doesn't mean he deserves something bad. Like, yeah.
Well, I could see being the singer of the
Hey.
band, you're making jokes like, hey, it's my band, you're out. I could see that. I could see that happening. But he's a super nice dude. I've actually interviewed Dave Grohl many times, too. Same deal. They're all really giving, wonderful people to talk to. And not all bands are, and they are. So, I don't know. He's gone, and he did, they haven't announced, all the illusion was that Taylor Hawkins' son was going to replace him. That was possibly the theory. But he's going on tour with Chevy Metal, which is...
So is that right?
Yeah, so he has made no indication that he's going to replace his dad in the Foo Fighters.
Interesting.
So I don't know where they're at with the drummer right now. There's a lot of people online, on my reels I see trying to say my audition for Foo Fighters drummer, much like the Pumpkins had an audition for guitar player I applied to last year. Didn't work out so well for me.
You're talking to us this morning.
And it's still here. Also, Dave Grohl, fired a drummer before in the middle of the night, basically by redoing the drum parts William Goldsmith back in the day. So, bands are tough. 30 years.
Maybe just don't be the drummer in Dave Grohl's band. Seems
I
like
was
a
going
tough
to say,
job.
are band stuff or is Dave Grohl maybe just a lot to
Well,
work for?
you've got a singer who's one of the greatest rock drummers of all time, and he sings. So
Hey,
when
I like people that are a lot. Like, I think it's funny. Like, Mariah Carey is a total bitch, but I like it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like people who are a lot, but you can still be a lot.
it's got to be hard to drum when the guy singing can probably drum better than you.
That's the rub.
That's the hard part.
Dave Grohl is literally one of the great drummers we have, and he also does this other thing really well, too.
He does everything well. So, yeah, tough deal there. We'll keep following it and see what happens.
I just thought it was interesting. I just wanted to talk about it for a second. That we're enough removed from the Josh Freese statement to where I go, wow, he really villainized that band, but all they did was move on. They didn't
He
kick
got
him in the
fired.
gut. But
I don't know. Most people are pretty upset when they get fired. Like you're saying like they just got a new drummer. He got fired.
I know, but he painted it like, they
fired me.
Well, yeah, if you got fired from here, you're not going to be all happy about it.
No,
honestly, we'd all be really mean about that. It's everybody in this room right now.
And I took
would
that
be
personally.
A total a-hole about it.
No one's going to say, I get their decision. I get it.
Okay.
No, some people, yeah, like exactly. Like you just be like, F you, hope the show burns down, hope your stage starts on fire. Like you're going to feel like that.
Yeah. It's emotions. It's real.
Yeah, you make one baby mama joke, you don't have a job.
That's alleged. It's A fan theory. Very deep fan theory.
It's my fan theory.
All right, more in music entertainment news before we get those NASCAR tickets. Real quick, this is just a headline I wanted to read. The Diddy trial is going on with jury deliberations this week. So it's getting near the end to see what will happen and all this drama that's happened over the last couple of years. But this headline makes me think something ominous is coming. Diddy trial takes dramatic turn 2 hours in the deliberations as jury sends note to judge about a disobedient juror. Yikes. This is
What
going to
does
be
that mean?
It means it's probably going to be a mistrial. There's somebody in the jury thing doesn't like another juror, and they're causing a ruckus. And now, in the old mob days, under alleged fan theory, people paid off people on the jury to cause these things, to cause mistrials. But we'll see what happens here as it goes forward. That's only the headline. We don't need to do a deep dive on that. I know Kenzie wanted to mention that Devil Wears Prada 2 will start filming. This is for do that again? Yes. Yes.
Yes. And I have to say, Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci have all been confirmed.
Now, what about Vinny Chase?
I don't know.
But
he was the worst in that movie. I hated him.
But he's in it. Is it really? I don't know.
I don't know, and I say this with love because I love Entourage. I don't know that he'd be a leading announcement. Like, we got them recasted, don't worry. Like, he may be in it.
Because I can't remember. I did see it because I think every guy has been kind of forced to see Devil Wears Prada at some point or another. But I don't remember what the arc of his story was in the movie. How did it end with
He
him?
sucked.
Yeah, he got mad at
Mainly.
his girlfriend for having a job.
Yeah, he basically got mad at his girlfriend for being successful and then bullied her out of that success because he was a less successful chef.
So there wasn't like a snowmobiling accident. He's dead. That's what I'm trying to ask. I just can't
I
remember.
think she would have had a happier ending if that's what happened.
Well, Adrian Grenier, Vincent Chase from Entourage, hasn't done a movie since 2021.
What was it? What was his movie in 2021?
It was called Far More. I don't know what that is. But I do know he was in a Hallmark movie I saw with my mom last year.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, so I don't think he's making the cut for Devil Wears Prada 2.
Who was her boyfriend? I mean, he's like, thank God. Get me back in, man.
He's got that Entourage money, so he don't need to do anything else. He's fine. And you don't need any money for this either. NASCAR tickets, 312-591-8300. The NASCAR Chicago Street Race is this weekend, July 5th and 6th. You got 2 weekend grounds passes for the street race sponsored by our great friends, Bet365. Call now, 312-591-8300. You are there from Brian and Kenzie and Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.